Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sangha today. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sangha today. I have a. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sangha today.
Echo.
Okay, let's see what we can
That
do.
works. That's better. That's better.
Okay, I'm very technically not that smart, so just try to find a way. Okay, everyone, please make yourself comfortable. And if anybody have any question, please do ask if you need it. Sometime the one person's knowledge or awareness can be very limited. Does anybody have any question, or I need to find the question and answer myself? Hello, everyone. Anybody have any question? If there is no question, I am very happy to see amongst 18 people or 20 people we are on that there is no question regarding anything. So there is a one part I can talk about. I don't know how familiar you are with the stories of Krishna's pastime. There is one story in Krishna's pastime is where Krishna steals the clothes of Krishna steals the clothes of the. This is the story, but I will tell you the real story behind it. Everybody practices. We all like to see the mischievous behavior of Krishna and to approve our mischievous behavior to justify. Saying if the Krishna can do those naughty things, mischievous behavior, so we are just a human being. If the God can do it, we are also okay. It is a one misconception that we have developed in our society. First of all, those things may not have been done. I grew up with a similar background, hearing those stories, but I never actually fully believed it because some stories does not really make sense. I see the Krishna as a strategist, economically, warfare, as well as social reformer who fighting against the illusion, the worship concept, who cannot bear a one lady being ripped clothes off in Mahabharata. He himself will go along, steal the clothes of ladies and try to teach them, please come out of the water. It is a story added by some people who try to make some, uh, give a bad representation or reputation to Krishna, in my personal opinion. Also, as a grown up human being, as a grown up human being, we have so much unhealthy habits, bad habits, or conceptions in our life, we need a bit of entertainment. The, the best entertainer we can ever find is God, because nobody can actually file legal case against you. If you make the bad thing about anybody or any religious or spiritual organization, there is a possibility you will have a legal lawsuit against you. So you can just talk about God, nobody cares. You can write anything you want in a book and job done. Everybody follows. But beyond that, if you read the proper message of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, it gives the message for the life. Some of the slokas also are added later on. But in past time stories with Krishna about childhood, all you will find out is mischievous behavior. And that justified by the people to never actually grow out to justify their own actions. But a story goes that Krishna take the clothes off with the ladies were the gopis, or called ladies, were bathing in the river Yamuna. And Krishna comes along, steals the clothes, he's a child, asking them to come out of the river so he can see them naked. I found the story quite fascinating. As a child, you will give some wrong message to a child to do this kind of behavior to other people as well. There's good chances. If you tell the story like that to a child will go along, will copy it. But try to give them a good message. What that can be: river reflecting a life. River reflects a life. A river flowing, if you are bathing in the river of life, bathing means you are indulging in something, you are literally fully immersed into the life of a bhakti, of a devotion or a love, whichever you like to call it. A cloth represents a layer of deception. Clothes represent layer of deception to whoever you are in love with. In a story, there is also interaction that gopis say that we are in love with Krishna, we are in love with you. Say, if you are in love with me, please come out of the river. Why so embarrassment? But some of the literature, the people have portrayed image of a slightly different, but actually river is alive and the clothes represent the deception that you try to hide something. You are not fully naked, not in clothes naked, but in your mind or in your consciousness. If you are in a bhakti or whatever practice you are doing is irrelevant, whatever you practicing Krishna bhakti, Buddha bhakti, Shiva bhakti, or yoga bhakti, or your self bhakti, self love, you can call it. Bhakti means devotion. Devotion with love, with discipline. So if you are bathing in the river of discipline, river of love, river of practice you are doing, make sure you are fully naked in that process. No cloth of deceptions you are having. If you are having cloth of deception, whoever the knower of that path should advise you to take those clothes off deception, or try to take the deception away from you, so you can truly immerse into the process, truly immerse into the devotion or the love or the bhakti you are doing. If that makes sense to you? If you are practicing a yoga, or let's say you're practicing a meditation, or you have a Buddhist practice, Shiva practice, Rama practice, Krishna practice, or any religious aspect of it. But There's two personalities are there. One is your spiritual layered being, one is a non-spiritual layered being. So whoever you are in a non-spiritual spiritual way, there should be only one. You should not have a two being. This should not be a deception because you are spiritual. There is a different type of decoration is there. So decoration, as previously I was talking earlier regarding chanting, when you are in love, when you are in bhakti, if you find any form of embarrassment, you cannot do it. Bhakti is all about embracing, not embarrassing, not having a self-judgment, or is about rising above the self-judgment, accepting yourself fully, a complete total surrender. It's called Purna Samarpana. We have a word we use, Purna Samarpana, means completely offered your entire existence of you to that process you are doing. But what we do, and at present we do all partial, like we do partially bhakti, and you expect a full outcome of it. So outcome can never be full as well. You practice meditation partially, you try to get, you say 50% you engage in meditation, outcome can never be 100%, outcome will also be 50%. Similarly, that applies to the any activities, not just only spirituality, but also the material aspect of it. So that was the one thought running through my head. Second part is when you meditate, drop the idea that you are trying to kill your mind. There's sometimes we have a wrong perception or a approach to the practice. Meditation is not the death of your mind. Meditation is the beginning of your mind. You don't actually even have a mind before meditation. You have the idea of a mind. Personal opinion again. It is nothing to do with what literature says. But before the meditation, you don't have a mind. You have idea of mind. Convoluted concept of mind, borrowed idea from everywhere, everyone, and every aspect is possible. How can you call that mind? It doesn't even belong to you. That's one reason you have a constant battle inside you, because there is no mind. So, how to cultivate a mind is art, is a meditation. And you are going into a meditation with the idea, I want to kill the mind. Not possible. Meditation gives you a mind. Meditation gives you a possibility to see your mind so you can utilize for the growth. Even the highest peak of meditation, you still have a mind. But at that time, mind is immersed into your awareness. Mind is aware of your samadhi state or the clear light state, or aware of your transcendental state at that time. So mind actually never dies. As long as you have the body, you will have the mind. Only difference is how aware you are of your mind, how destructive your mind is, how fragmented your mind is, meditation gives you ability to consolidate all of your thought. Rather than your mind is being fragmented or factorized into different aspects of it, you bring it together into the one point. So your mind is united. Mind is united itself, so you can see yourself. Spiritual growth is only possible if you have a mind. Spiritual growth is not possible without the mind. Who is transforming? Your soul does not need transformation. Your soul does not need transformation. The mind needs it. And you are killing the mind. You need to consolidate the mind to accept it, not kill the mind. If you kill the mind, you create an inner battle inside you. So, to see your transcendental being, or to become aware of your entire intelligence, that cosmic intelligence inside you and all around you, you still need a mind. As long as you are in the body, you need a mind. So, if your mind enhanced, awakened mind or conscious mind, you can call it, means you can see more of yourself. You still be in the body, you becomes a living Buddha or the blessed one. You becomes a blessed one who is blessed by the mind to see everything as it is, without a decoration, without any layers of illusion around it. So when you go to meditation, try not to fight with the mind, try not to dominate the mind, try not to demolish the mind. Accept it and allow your mind to become part of you. The only way you can understand yourself if you allow your mind to be with you. Otherwise, if you kill your mind, all it will happen, you will just borrow the idea again. You became a different program. Completely only helpful tool you have is your mind. Soul or your Atman inside is carefree. You have no limitation. It only incarnating, reincarnating. There is a mind and karmic bondage to it. If you bring your mind slowly, your mind is only untie your karmic knots. If you kill the person or kill the very thing that is there to help you to untie all your karmic knots, and you are demolishing, constantly fighting with it, it cannot be a transformative process. That was the one part. Second part, ego. There is a big topic about ego, to know. Ego, you will always have it. At the very moment you say that you don't have an ego, it clarifies that actually you have an ego. Claim of not having ego itself an ego. Does that make sense to you? The Stefan Tanya, do you process it? If the very moment you claim that I don't have ego, I am a evolved being, I am completely free from ego, basically you are creating an illusion to make superiority complex over other people. Saying, look at me, how great I am free of ego, you guys are with ego, come to me, I will help you. Basically creating a marketing stunt, in my personal opinion. As long as you are a spiritual being, If you have ego, not have ego, why do you need to create it? People can see it. It's up to them to perceive it. It is absolutely up to individual being to perceive is their ego, not ego. Who am I? I don't even know. Who identify that I have ego, not have ego? Society. Let them decide. Don't claim yourself. You don't need to. If the boy, the very moment you, as a spiritual being or any path you are, you create a superiority complex, you lose his humility. The time you lose his humility, the little spark actually goes down inside you. Because its ego comes in. As you are growing, ego is also growing. You maybe have become very refined ego. So again, ego is just yourself, but in unaware or in arrogant or ignorant side. It's still you. Ego is not possible to exist without your existence. So, what is the very source of ego? You. Can ego exist without you? Not possible. So, you are the ego, you are the higher self. So, ego is only can exist if you exist. The source of ego, the seed of ego in your consciousness. But only that part that you are not aware, you are not conscious, unaware, and then living and arrogant or in ignorance is classified as ego. But you have become aware, classified as a Buddha, the clear light, or awakened one, or the blessed one, or you can call it the conscious mind. So, or you can call it enlightened. The person who in the state of life 24/7 can see themselves is enlightenment. Enlightenment doesn't mean you get two horns sideways or maybe the unicorn. It doesn't happen. There might be a certain auric field change around you, but beyond that, there is no physical changes appear. So far, I have not seen any. But if it does appear to anybody, please do keep me posted. I'm very intrigued to know. So, sometime when you go to the path of spirituality, it goes for replacement therapy. Sometimes, but majority of the time, if your spiritual journey comes from self-acceptance, not from place of shortcut, not from a place of a replacement, because let's say whatever I'm doing, I'm not happy at that time. I would like to replace it. See something else. That is a not going to work because sooner or later you will be unhappy with it too. Because happiness it does not exist. And again, happiness is your state of mind, how content you are, how santosh. The word santosha is very nowadays people don't actually use that word anymore. The how much santosh you have inside, how much contentment you have inside. Contentment is not again physical assets. It can never be satisfied. How content mentally you are, whatever you have at the time with appreciation and gratitude, and you find a contentment within your very moment, you find santosha. When you find santosha, you find happiness. Otherwise, happiness, you're constantly searching one after the other, changing the pages of life. Okay, this will give you happiness. No. Next day gives you happiness. No. So the life get spent it to looking for the place of happiness, but actually doesn't really come. So if you're looking for a happiness, try not to look too far. Try not to look too far. Maybe spend some time with you. You may find happiness. Maybe you may find happiness if you spend some time with you. So, how to spend time with yourself? This again question arises. How to spend time with yourself? So question arises. How to spend time with yourself? Is not pleasing your senses or not indulging in your senses, but understanding your senses, not controlling your senses or indulging in your senses. There is a fine balance to it. If you control your senses, they will erupt like a volcano. So, or you indulge into it, you will drown like a bee who is enjoying the honey but forgot in the pleasure of eating the honey, her wings or its wings will also slither in the honey. So, live in it, die in it. Do you understand the honey? Why a bee loves honey. When enjoy one day, become unaware, so immersed into the joy of that sense, even the let honey go over the wings, gets so heavy, is actually die itself in the honey. Or sometime you resist into the penance capacity, so you start actually fighting. When you are fighting with your senses, at that time you are fighting with your creation. You are fighting with your very existence. You are not reached that level that you can rise above or understand the sense energy, but you start fighting with the control. When you fight with the control, what it does, it starts going different ways, becomes very creative and cunning concept. So, how to spend time with yourself? With viveka, ability to discern what sensation is happening in my sense. It could be any part of the body. Try to observe it. Try to observe it. There is necessity, but above the necessity, if you are living a monk life or you are living a non-monk life, is again how do you relate to that sense is a very important part. So you develop ability to withdraw, not control, or not indulge. You can choose to engage with that sense or not choose to engage with the sense. You develop the mastery over it. Not resistance, not fighting, not control, not denying, not abstrain, but a healthier relationship with your creation. You are in the body. Understand that very creation of the body, and you will find a healthier relationship with your senses and in the body to make a prosper and healthier lifestyle. Especially when the people go on yoga, they have a very lots of myths or convoluted ideas also there to uh, punishment, punishment, self punishment. I don't think that the punishment is the way. I give you example. What you asking question, Tani? Do you not understand the word punishment?
No, internet is weak, so sometimes we cannot really hear.
Okay.
It's our connection.
So punishment is basically a self-torture. Some people see that if I punish myself, I get closer to God, I get a bit more purification. Actually not. You only suffer. You only suffer. So the healthier lifestyle is important, awareness is important, but any punishment can never take you close to God. If awareness can, not the punishment, is again in the matter in the relationship. Matter is how mentally you're relating to the matter, how mentally, emotionally you're interacting with the process of it. So try to build a healthier understanding of your senses, healthier relationship of your senses, to create a prosperity all around you, not just only the certain areas of life, but 360 prosperity should be there. If you are on a spiritual path, you always feel a lack or misery. Why are you on a spiritual path? You should be happy that you have Atma Bodha, you have your self-awareness. What else do you want? But your self-aware, you are not ruled by the self-awareness or the love for higher existence or desire for higher existence or the godly qualities inside you, but you are ruled by lack. Not enough. Either is spiritual or material. Change the principle, change the relationship. Try to feel the presence of your higher self in you. What you chose to give you happiness. Whatever path you are in a very moment, should give you happiness. It is a process. Karma, you cannot stop it. You will continue doing it. So, but choose the karma with conscious effort, with using the ability to discern which is in line with your path. Okay. So, on that note, do you have any question if you like to ask? If not, I give you a little trick today. You know your left hand? You know your left hand? What you can do with the left hand is tighten your fist really, really tight. Whenever your mind is wandering and you're losing the focus, when you are losing the focus, all you need to do, take a breath and tighten the left fist as tight as you can. Grip as tight as you can. It can apply in any circumstances if you are in any stressful circumstances or you are a practicing, studying, and your mind is losing. You are losing the focus. Breathe in, tighten the left fist tight as you can till your mind come back to the body and hold it as tense as you can. And you see, you release it, how easily your mind comes back to the body. This is a little trick. So whenever you are confronted or practices you are doing, need to make sure that you are always remain present. If your mind is running away, your thoughts are driving you, you breathe in, hold the breath inside, and tighten the left fist as tight as you can. We hold the fist really, really tight. You hold it till you feel the presence of your mind physically in your left arm, and then you gently release it. So, especially in life, you get a stressful moments, but try to find a way how to be present in those stressful moments of life. And does anybody have any question you'd like to ask?
A question just came over the Zoom chat, Yogi. I have a question. What is a beginning Shat karma purification we can do when we are new to the routine?
Sat karma purification. It depends what is the path you are on. Yoga is not just only asanas, my friend. When you do satkarma practices, that also triggers certain emotions, certain blockages in the body. It opens up. When the blockage opens up, are you on the right path to sustain that energy? If you are not on that right path to sustain that energy, it can also lead you to the point of a bit lost by one idea. Second part, if you do not have a yogic lifestyle, you are, if you don't have a yogic lifestyle and you're trying to perform the Sat Karma, I will not recommend it. I will recommend you to practice asanas first to make sure you become aware of the body, then you try to purify the energy inside the body centers. At the same time, parallel to it, you continue practicing and try to adapt first a sattvic diet. First is a sattvic diet, yogic diet, I can say, yogic lifestyle. Your mind is racing like a corporate. Your mind, yogi, is happy and contained in his way, not uh, distracted by bank balance in the account. But nowadays people are, but this should not be the case. You practicing a part of yoga, you chose the yogic lifestyle, but you check your bank account every day, and you look at it, and you get stressed, and you look at your friends who have the great cars, you feel jealous, you feel sad about yourself, you feel self-embarrassment. And you are on the path of yoga and try to purify the body, the energy actually work against you, not in favor of you. So I will not recommend the person to awaken the powers in the body till you are mentally ready, or lifestyle is like yogic, and a physical existence is also like yogic lifestyle. So first part, change the diet. First part you should do, build a sattvic diet that will purify lots of energy channels inside the body. Continue practicing yoga. Then after mentally deprogramming the programming you already have, to deprogram towards more into a yogic lifestyle, unifying yourself in all aspect of it, not just only to the one idea of it. Third, make sure there's a discipline and devotion combined together. Sometimes you can follow a discipline, you can become a very rigid. When you become a rigid, your mind becomes harsh. And the harshness, and dryness, the beauty never flourishes. Love never flourishes. If there is no love, there is no godly qualities. So always have devotion and discipline together. Not just discipline and duty. Discipline, dedication, devotion combined together can create a good path for yogic practice. To avoid developing the rigid mind and harsh mind. Further, if you have done long enough practice, next step is to start taking a solitude retreat at least once a week, once a year, twice a year, or at least every quarter. You should do. Next step, if you are a path of yoga, start fasting once a week, at least twice a month minimum. On Ekadasi, 11th day of new moon, 11th day of full moon. Other part, adapt your diet. Now you're practicing yogic lifestyle, meditating every day, you eating a tamasic food doesn't work. Quantity of the food, yeah, I'm eating sattvic food, but my quantity is like a pile in front of me. That doesn't work. You should always eat 50% of your stomach full. Basically, you are not born. I have very simple philosophy. I have simple disciplinary structure. You are not born with your kitchen equipment from mother's womb. They were given to you here as per your life grows. So, as per life grows, your head is also grown. That's how big your bowl should be. And whatever the cup can fit in, you fill it in and eat by the hand, satisfaction one time off. It's called Buddha bowl. They call it healing Buddha. You have seen Buddha, Buddha with the bowl. Buddha with the bowl called healing Buddha. Why is healing? Because Buddha is only saying eat that much, not too much. You don't need a healing. Your body will automatically start healing. So take the Buddha bowl statue a bit more into your life. Take the Buddha bowl, eat that much only. But sometimes I say, okay, my Buddha is small size, my bowl is bigger than Buddha. Can I have that? But no, if you look at meditation Buddha, bowl is very tiny. It's like food is a medicine. Your food is a medicine to counter attack the poison that your body is producing constantly. Food is not to indulge. Food is just there so your body does not produce poison. If your body has produced the poison, your food can observe it and process through it. You can heal very easily. So, not to eat too much, always eat what do you call it? Half the stomach, 25% for water, and keep 25% empty. They say modern food called balbho. If you are in path of yoga, eat like a child in the morning breakfast. Afternoon, again, eat. Biggest meal of the day should be the midday meal. In the evening, you should eat like poor person, like very little bit, not too much. Like in the days, almost next to nothing. So that creates a approximate a 16-hour of time gap. In that 16-hour of time gap you create, your body can rest, the prana can in your body regenerate. Otherwise, you are on the path of yoga, your body constantly spending all the prana to digest and process your food. Digest and process the food. It does not turn into the ojas. Till your food converts into the ojas, you cannot have tejas around you. So process is to make the prana convert into the ojas as much as possible so you can have a tej around you. Once you have gone that far, my friend, then you can think about sat karmas, which is called vomiting, where you're practicing vomiting. If your body is not clean, you do practicing vomiting, first of all, you will strain your throat chakra. Water represent the Kunjal Kriya is good for digestive system. Body not cured up will produce a lot of pitta in the body and you will create a strain to your lower back. You will develop a lower back pain and kidney issues. Point one. If you are practicing vomiting in a very early stage of the practice, you create a lower back pain problem and strain to your kidney and increasing excess ama or excess pitta in your body. You need a loss of rest, mental rest as well as physical rest. And if you're going to practice the Nauli, Nauli require itself a softer digestive system, a smoother, with no clots or any issues with ulcer, kidney issues, any blockages of the energy in the body. Nauli is very essential. Then you practicing Kapalbhati. If you practice Kapalbhati, over Kapalbhati can create inflammation to the brain stem. If your mind is stressed during Kapalbhati, temples get headache. You are not relaxed, you get temple problem. Your temples will start, this part will start aching if you're practicing Kapalbhati, if you are not mentally calm, if you are not mentally relaxed. And there's a lot of impurities in your digestive system, lot of impurities. Practicing Kapalbhati, quite a lot of Bhastrika will go into your blood circulation, will affect the metals in the body. So I will not recommend a excess amount of Kapalbhati. If you are not mentally relaxed at the time of a practice. It makes sense. I just give you two simple examples. There's more practices that people talk about. How about the eating cloth? The water one, you can do very easily. You should do it every day. Take water in your nose, inhale front of it, and suck it really strongly to the nose. Water hits, it come out through your mouth. You don't need that neti pot. Do it with the, it's called, take copper water to your nostrils, drink. It's called Usapan. It's called Usapan. Drink the water through your nostrils and throw it outside through your mouth. Not neti pot. Do it with the gentle force, like sucking the air through, that cleans it up. This one you can do all the time, not a problem. But when you're doing the people do with a catheter or rope, you are not living non-polluted environment till you have transferred yourself to the area where there is no pollution. Then you can try. Don't do it. I give you example because I had to do it in London when I came with catheter Sutraneti. I can smell petrol all day long. I can smell diesel and petrol is stuck in my head all day long. I had to stop practicing that because it can damage your mucous membranes. So you have to be very careful. Environment where you are living and what practice you are doing. Till you completely immerse in the idea, the concept of yogic lifestyle, then you can start indulging those things. Till then, you please continue using your middle finger or a root to create a Astuni Mudra experience. To basically get the turmeric, which you cannot make sure turmeric on the string. Otherwise, clean your Guda or your rectum muscle, anus every day. This is the most source of many and healthy, the basically piles, posture issues, stimulation of the Mula Bandha through your anus rectum muscle. We call it Mulha Shodhan Kriya. Mula is the root, Shodhan is purification. So practice that Kriya, that will be very helpful. If not, I might give a bit more detailed description of Mula Shodhan Kriya next time as we run out of time. Does anybody else have
Yeah.
any?
Do you have time for one more question? Because the question has come over YouTube live chat, if you can take.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. At times, Yogi Ji, when the path is clear, one reaches for something to depend on, but it's clear that any technique is simply going to take one into the past by virtue of its being a technique. Can you perhaps talk about this, please?
The techniques are techniques. They all have their purpose to certain length. Techniques also need to be dropped. If you remember last week, we talked about there was a guy who even threw the ball away, say, okay, I'm a bit more liberated. Please let me into the God's kingdom. Again, attachment to a technique becomes the problem. Attachment to the idea that you are a spiritual becomes the problem. Attachment to the idea that you are spiritual becomes the problem. So that if you have a technique is going to take you back to the past. Before it does, you drop the technique, start living. It has served its purpose. Did that make sense to whoever asked the question? If you are practicing a technique, your mind have become attached to the technique, you are not growing, my friend. You are just living the technique. Your growth has stopped. You just only consumed by the technique. You are consuming, your technique is consuming you. You have found your comforting relationship. So you need to drop the technique. Always remain ready to drop. Whatever your mind find a comfort, make sure mind is tricking you at that time. The is one difficult topic that everybody always lie to themselves. Go ahead, you have a question, Mr. Is that answer the question asked? Okay. So the important part is we live. You are living a lie. The truth is, life is the idea created. Life is idea created. You're celebrating every day, every moment. But the fact is, you are running away from dying happy. You're running away, dying content. If you learn and accept it, there will be a no running away race. You will find a lot more happiness. So stop running away. Stop trying to lie to yourself that you are going to live forever. Nobody lives forever. But learn the art to accept that death is permanent, is going to happen any moment, any time. Are you ready to embrace it? If you are not ready to embrace it, means you are running away. You should prepare yourself to that point. It happened anytime, you are embracing. But people say that's not spirituality because it does not bring the joy, laughter, happiness, celebration of the life. All those ideas is actually to divert your attention from the reality of your very existence. The day you accept your final destination and not lie to yourself, you will find so much peace inside you. You will really find a lot of peace inside you because something is permanent, something you cannot change. Rest you can change, but that very moment you can't change. And if you can make peace with it, mentally, emotionally, physically, make peace with it, not fight with it. You will learn an art to live. Your art to live comes from once you accept art of death, once you understand the art of death, once you can accept the ultimate truth of your very existence. So, what is death? If you believe in karma, reincarnation, you are not dying. You're just getting younger, getting new body. If you don't believe in the reincarnation, and that means you should accept it before person who believe in reincarnation, because that's what is going to happen. You are going to die for sure. So it's lots of sadness around it. There is a lots of sadness around death, but it should be a neutral. Your death started the time you were born. It's just a gradual process. It depends when you arrive. So you prepare for your arrival anytime. Mentally should be prepared 24/7, arriving to your final destination. That doesn't mean you go and kill yourself. Try to be contained. People say this life have no joy. If that is the point, what is the purpose of living? You live as long as you are here. Harness your awareness. Harness your consciousness. It will happen what will happen. You can't control it, but you know the truth of it. So they call it Dvish. Take a birth inside a birth to become a knower, become the truth seeker. Otherwise, when you reach to the sattvic state of mind, your new incarnation takes place in the life. Your angle changes completely. Being North Pole to South Pole, South Pole to North Pole. I heard a story, I think, a few days ago. Please let me see what is happening there. There was somebody getting stressed about the world is going to end. World is going to end. I say, is it ending today? Then why you are stressing? Enjoy this very moment. When it ends, you will not be there. But make sure you contribute to the maximum possibility to your living your truth, to the having a least impact on ecosystem. That's what you can do. Stressing about world coming to the end, whole thing will change when the North Pole turn to South Pole turn to a North Pole. I say you sit down 2 hours with me, mate, I can change your entire axis within 2 hours. I can change your North Pole, South Pole within 2 hours. You will have completely 180-degree turn in your life. That will be the chaos you should be thinking about, not the Earth, North Pole, South Pole worry. So most of the time people are worried of changes. But if you accept the change, you can find a happiness. Okay. On that note, thank you. Namaste. Do you remember last week I said there was quite a lot of people I overrun, they escaped. Today we have less people. We have the see. Hello everyone. That's enough for today, and hopefully see you next week. Thank you. Hello everybody on YouTube. I hope you enjoy the Sangha today. If you have any questions, please do ask, or you can participate any other activities if you like. Share the stream. I will keep it live maybe for a week or two. And thank you. Namaste.